Hi, the sensitive man here. So the past 2.5 years, I've been on a journey, a recovery journey after a mental burnout. And I wanted in multiple videos to share what I've learned during my journey. And in this particular video, I wanted to focus on exercising, on physical activity and being in nature. So as we all know, physical activity is very beneficial for our health overall, our physical health, and of course our mental health as well. And I, of course, also believe that to be able to recover from a mental burnout, physical activity or exercising will be an important part. But of course, so if you are at an early stage, well, you know how it is. You struggle to get out of bed. You struggle to get dressed, eat, do the very basic things. And it's tough, it really is. And yeah, that's your priority right now, to try to just be able to do those basic things. And exercising is far, far off. It's you can't even think about that right now. Of course, it's very individual. It's not a standard way to crash, because you can crash in many different ways. Some crash way harder than others, and the journey to be able to do those basic things will take more time than for others. Of course, it's very different, and there is no standard way how to do things. But I would say, in my experience, just laying in bed, being locked within those four walls, it's yeah, I mean, we're gonna have to be there in the start, but as soon as possible, we should really try to get outside into nature. I do believe that that has been the most important thing for me, to leave the house, to get out in the forest and just sit there. Just sit for some time. And if you can't get out by yourself, have someone to go with you. But when we're in that state, I think it's also good to be alone out there in nature. It's very strong, and it's beneficial in so many ways. There is, I mean, there is a lot of facts, a lot of science behind this, but you can just get out there and you know what I'm talking about. You know how it is, and just being able to relax out there. But what I wanted to talk about is when you reach that state where you can at least do the very basic things, and you might be able to start thinking about some kind of exercise or some kind of physical activity. And I think probably, walks, great way to start. Do very slow walks, and just sit down when you have to. So we talk about doing intervals when you run, but really it's down to this level now. It's to do intervals walking. Walk a bit until it gets too tiring. Sit down and take your time. Be prepared to take it slowly, very slow. And this is what makes it so difficult with exercising, because it's no where, on what level should you lay. So I'm 2.5 years still recovering. I'm not the one I used to be. And the problem is that I have better and worse days. And the better days, I feel that, okay, this feels really good. I'm gonna try to go for it. I'm gonna do some exercising. And it seems really, of course, I'm so keen to get back on track that as soon as I feel better, I want to, you know, go and do that kind of workout which I used to do. I want to get back there. But it's like I'm quick to forget. The last week, only the last week that I tried to do this, and I can't because the problem is, which I realized, is that I go into the workout with the same kind of mindset that I used to have before the burnout. Um, and I should say I've been working out for it's the past 11, 12 years, and I was doing maybe, well, 5 out of 7 days I was working out, mostly going to the gym, but also running. And I did that because it made me feel good. But I should also say that I realize now that I probably overdid it too often. I pushed myself uh, too hard. To be honest, I think it's actually a part of me being burned out. It's one of the reasons, I think, is that I pushed myself too hard with workouts. Because when I was really tired, I still went to the gym. I didn't listen to my body. Um, and this I need to do now. Um, it's so important to listen to yourself, to listen to your body. And so if I go into my workout now with the idea that I'm gonna go for it, I'm gonna push, I'm gonna, you know, let's do it. Um, it's not gonna work. It's not gonna work. It will be very quick that I once again hit the wall. It feels like the wall comes once again. Um, it feels like, when you drive your car into, there's a lot of water on the road, or you drive into mud or something, it kind of gets stuck like this. They're shooting something here. I don't know. Maybe it's moose hounds. So maybe those poor mooses are. Yeah. Well. Uh, yeah, that's how it feels. It's like the body just gives up. Um, and in the start, I was, going past this. I'm still gonna go for it. Let's do it. Push it more. And if I continue to do that, I'm gonna pay for it. And in this way, it's not gonna help me at all. It's actually, in fact, the exact opposite. It's gonna set me back a few days, probably. The next day I will be exhausted again, and it's like I'm lost. I lost the little recovery which I've done. That's how it feels like, and so it's just negative if you go past that line. So I would say the most important thing is to not overdo it. It is to be very kind to yourself, very careful. And those exercising, yeah, you have to. If you used to be someone that was working out a lot before your burnout, you know that this is very difficult, because you want to go in with that approach that you want to go for it, but you can't, and you have to listen to your body. The most important thing is to listen to your body. You have to learn it. I guess, similar to me, um, there are several reasons for you to be in your situation. And I could only guess that perhaps you used to push yourself a bit too hard. You did not listen to your body. You're gonna have to learn to do that now, because it's the only way you will get forward, that you will recover. So approach your workout very carefully. And what I would say, I used to do mostly strength workouts, going to the gym. Um, I also did running, but let's say I went 4 days to the gym and 1 day running, probably even less running, but to generalize a bit. Um, Now I feel that it's much more difficult to do strength workouts. It is like my body takes it as immediate stress and shuts down. If I try to lift something, it's like my body just shuts down. Says, no, I'm not going to do that. If I do some kind of cardio, walking, running very slowly, I can do intervals. Maybe I walk and I run carefully. Maybe I have to sit down in between, but I try to do some running. And I feel now I can do it for some time. It gets better. Yeah, it's ups and downs, of course, but I do it very short runs, and then I walk and I continuously listen to my body, what it says. Um, that's one of the key things that I've learned these 2.5 years is to listen to my body. Once again, I'm saying it once again because it's so important. Uh, so I have some back problems, so it's going to be important for me to also do strength, as it is for everyone, of course. So train your muscles, but it doesn't have to be, of course, so near so extreme that we see today with the gym culture. Of course, you can't. It's not possible. But I mean, we don't have to have big muscles, but it's good to work them, of course. So you can do really easy, easy lifting. I actually bought some rubber bands, which I use, and those are quite handy because it's a lightweight, but it also gives me some, you know, gives me a little bit tension, a little bit. I need to use my muscles a little bit. You don't need a gym. I can do most workout on the ground. Um, just have a mat and just lay down. Um, do some stretching is really good. Yoga. Um, but what I do like is to hang, to hang somewhere because as I have some back problems, it stretches out the back, and I think it's really healthy for my back to do that also. Um, so yeah, you have to find your way really. Um, you have to find what's suitable to you. But I think also when it comes to cardio, if I look back how it used to be, I know that from cardio, if I've been running, um, there was a lot of good things happening here. I felt like that my mental capacity got a lot from the running. It wasn't the same from the gym. It wasn't. Um, so that's what I feel now also. If I just do very short running or slow jogging, I if I also listen to my body and stop in the right time, I feel that okay, this was beneficial for me. I did not overdo it. I did it. I quit in the right time, and now I can enjoy the benefits from that. I feel how good things happen up here. Um, and at the same time, with strength training, I don't really feel. Sometimes I feel good things here, but in general, the cardio is the best. And the reason I did so much gym before and not running was simply because I thought it was more fun to go to the gym. But I realized then also that it was actually more. beneficial to run. When it comes to studies, for example, um, so when I studied, I was running more because I felt that I could focus a lot better. I could do a lot better in studying. And the gym never gave me that kind of boost. So cardio is, I'd say, uh, what gives you most brain power, definitely. Yeah, to summarize a little bit, that firstly, listen to your body. It's you have to learn that. You have to actually listen to your body and stop before you think you reach the peak, so to say. Stop before. It's better to actually in this stage, it's better to do a little less, I would say, um, than to risk going past that peak. It's just going to be negative for you, in my opinion.
Another thing in regards to how you approach your workout, um, I realized that, you know, doing something small every day instead of trying to do a larger workout maybe 3 times a week. It's better to do something very small each day, I've realized.
And secondly, approach your workouts with ease, with kindness. Do it very lightly. Don't go in with the approach that you're gonna push it, you're gonna go for it. Um, Instead, use the approach that okay, I will try very slowly, see how it goes, and see how my body responds to this. I even sometimes feel that I need to trick myself also. Um, let's say if I'm doing a strength workout, I kind of have to trick myself that okay, I'm gonna just do this exercise and then I'm gonna stop. Then I sit down and maybe okay, maybe I'm gonna try one more, some other kind of exercise. Go for it, sit down. So it's kind of that I say to myself that I'm just gonna do this exercise and then I'm gonna stop. But then maybe I do something more. Um, and well, this maybe goes against my first point of being very kind to yourself and do less. But here I am, 2.5 years later. I feel that there must be a way to keep, to go forward. So tricking myself has been a way to be able to do some kind of strength training. Um, but of course, I do very little still. But I may be able to do a few more exercises than my because I feel that my body instantly thinks that okay, this is stress. If I just see that mat, which I sit on to do some exercises, it's gonna say just don't do it. Um, so it also feels that my mind is working against my body somehow. So and I think it's the approach. When I see that mat, I feel that okay, I feel work out, and go for it. And I have to trick myself um, to be able to do it, to be able to do at least a few exercises.
Another thing I realized when running, and this again about tricking your own mind, tricking yourself in a good way. I mean, is that when I'm running away from home, and I think, okay, I'm gonna run until I, feel that I have to turn around, or when I feel exhausted. That point where I feel exhausted comes a lot quicker than when I, for example, walk for a bit somewhere, and then I run back. And it's like I know I'm going back home, then it's easier. It's a lot easier. And always when I get home, I feel okay. I could do some more, but okay, I'm just gonna stop there. That's something I realized also. running back home. It's no, I know that okay, I'm going back now. It makes it easier actually. Just an interesting thing I've thought about.
And lastly, well, I think that the priority would be to do cardio, to do walking, to maybe try a little bit of running, but do walks, be in the forest. So lastly, I would say, yeah, prioritize to try to do some kind of cardio, very easy cardio, walking in the forest. Be out in nature, do a little bit of physical activity, and then also prioritize to just be in nature and just exist there. Listen to the birds, just see how beautiful it all is and relax. It's going to give you a lot just to be in nature. So you don't have to do physical activity, I would say, all the time. It might be enough to just, yeah, to just go out there in nature, at least in the start. So yes, um, take it easy. Listen to your body. Once again, it is the most important thing. Be very kind to yourself. Change your mindset. If you used to be like me, I was constantly pushing myself to do things, and I got really angry at myself when I couldn't do it. If I didn't succeed at the gym, back in the days, I would get angry. I would get, just to get down on myself. And that's a mindset I've really been changing now to just be very kind. Be very kind to yourself. Um, have a very kind mindset to yourself. Prioritize yourself. Um, say nice words to yourself and think good thoughts about yourself because it's tough right now, but you you will get there. You will get back. You will. Um, so yes, I'm here 2.5 years later, but I want to say this. This is probably important that I say this, that uh, I have not constantly been, recovering, resting these 2.5 years. No, I've been pushing myself. I've been working actually quite hard for a period of time during this, after my mental burnout actually. I tried too early to get back to working, and also I was working out too hard too early. And that's what I have to pay for now. I maybe I was recovered a bit, and then now I've been falling down, and now I'm in a state um, where yeah, it seemed to take a long time before I can recover again because I didn't listen to myself. I pushed myself too early. So here I am right now. So yes, I really need to point that out. So it doesn't have to take this long for you. It doesn't have to. I really, want to say that listen to yourself at an early stage, and you will get back there a lot sooner. Um, be kind to yourself, and don't worry, it will be all right again. And you probably learn a lot from this journey. And and I'm also going to say this, and it might sound very weird to you right now. You might upset you if you're early on this journey. But I want to say actually that, in my opinion, yes, this has of course been negative in many ways, but I also learned a lot. I can now see that how I was approaching life before. Uh, it, it was actually a not. It wasn't a good way to do it. It actually hurt me more than it was beneficial to me. And yeah, of course, that's why I had a mental burnout, because I was constantly pushing myself. I constantly have had negative thoughts about myself that I should do more than I did. and that I was not enough. It wasn't other people that told me this. I have lovely people around me, but I have been doing this to myself for some reason. And yeah, I think it was good to me to have this, this punch, this crash, because now I realize how I was living before. And give it some time, and you will also be able to see what led you to this burnout. Because there is probably several things. And one of those causes might be that you have pushing yourself in the wrong way. You have been too hard on yourself. So in the end, it might actually be beneficial. It helps at least to think like that, and I strongly believe it. I can see it right now. I have changed my life a lot, and actually I want to keep it this way. Of course, I don't want to stay in this state where I don't have enough energy, where I feel exhausted. Of course not. Of course, I want to have that sharpness again. I want to have the energy again, of course. But I will get there. And it's mostly because I've done all of these changes in my mindset, how I approach life, how I see life, what's important, what I want to prioritize in life. So I see you in the next video on another topic regarding recovery after a mental burnout. So once again, take care of yourself, be kind to yourself, take it easy, listen to yourself. Ciao.